So tonight on Soul Perspectives, we are gonna kind of end off the Entrepreneur Month, and we are joined in studios by a young man. We're going to get to him in just a bit, but I want to give you guys a little update on one of the entrepreneurs, Steph, who came in last year by the name of Keisha Parsons. She was the creator of Simplicity Number 7. It's an older perfume. It's well, actually, I think we have, where is it? Right, you have yeah.
I do have a sample here.
Open it, and
I did. It's called Simplicity.
Yeah, Number 7.
Number 7. Oh.
And now it's very elegant. It's not very abrasive, and it won't choke the fellas. It won't choke the guys.
Soft,
and
sweet smell.
It's a soft smell. It's vanilla kind of. It's known for its simplicity. It's not too much. It's just a great smell. So I want to give you an update on Simplicity Number 7. It's been around now for about 2 years. And now it's available at Jawan, Uptown, near Metro Côte Saint Catherine. Then, of course, Track Salon on Sherbrooke. It's just around from Vendôme Metro. And Beauté Classic, a new store that just opened, which is on the Carry, right across from the Metro Coverture. So just an update on Simplicity Number 7. And we have a free bottle to give away tonight.
Oh, how exciting.
So to the caller who's listening, fellas, if you have a lady and you would like to get her, what's Simplicity Number 7? Steph, you're gonna try it on just in a bit. We're gonna see what happens.
Yeah.
So we're gonna give you the number. It's 514-448-4013. That's 514-448-4013. So have your pen and papers, and we are gonna find out what the 4 key points of a balance sheet is. So we introduce a young gentleman who is trying to set up a company. It's BNB Connections. He's here to talk to us about the importance of a balance sheet and how to get one started. I believe that, it's going to keep you honest with yourself and about your finances, and as well, give you some kind of insight to the beginning of your personal financial education. So we are joined tonight in studios by Brent Mohammed of BNB Connections.
Welcome.
Hi, how you doing this evening?
Very good. Yourself?
I'm all right. Everybody's good today?
We are good.
Okay, good.
We brought you by because we believe that the balance sheet is one that, business minded or not, people need to have out there.
Yeah.
So we're gonna tell you again, get your pen and paper ready.
Yeah, because you have to start educating yourself on money. I don't find we educate ourselves enough on just learning the aspect of money. Mm-hmm. So this is just like the quick thing about, just learning how to balance sheet just to help you just to set up yourself. Mm-hmm. The first thing about a balance sheet you need to do is there's 4 key points, right? The first thing is that your income, how much money you make mm-hmm. from your work, from whatever investments, right? You get. The second one is your expenses, which is how much money you pay every month for like your rent or your mortgage, your credit card, your car payment, your food. If you put money aside for savings, all that stuff is just your for your expenses.
Right.
Yeah. The third one is the assets.
So wait. Some of us are writing it down still at home. So we have first is the income.
The income.
And then expenses.
Right.
Number 2.
Yeah.
Okay. And number 3.
Number 3 is assets. It's the most important one out of all of them, mm-hmm. right? The assets is how much money, like investments. There's 3 parts of the assets, right? There's small businesses, there's stocks, which is that pays dividends and stuff like that. And
funds that are coming into you.
Yes, so funds that are coming into you, right? Okay. And the last one is liability. Your overall, let's say you bought a home, mm-hmm. right? How much your home overly cost. Your credit card, how much the overall payment. Like, let's say you have a credit card,
right?
And how much you owe is like $10,000, right? Right. It doesn't. It's not together with the expenses. Expenses is how much you pay in monthly for the credit card, mm-hmm. but the liability mm-hmm. is how much you owe altogether, right? Of
so
that
specific balance, right?
Yes, right. So the most important one here mm-hmm. on this whole paper is the assets, right?
Why the assets?
The assets is the one thing that helps to pay you first. Everybody else, you pay everybody else. If you're working for somebody, you have an income and some, you're paying the person who you work for first, right? The expenses, you're paying all your the tax, you pay your taxes, and you pay the companies that you have to pay all your bills to. And same thing with your liability, right? Those are the two things that you pay all these things to first. The assets is the only one that you pay yourself first. So if you have a home, if you have real estate and you're renting it out and stuff, you're paying yourself first, right? Or you're building your portfolio for yourself, right? Stocks that pays dividend funds, a small business, right? Or big business, doesn't matter, or any kind of business, you pay yourself first for all these things. So if you work on your assets and then you work your assets into your income, right? It benefits you. You get the thing. So that's when people get tax breaks and stuff. You could start looking at ways to get tax breaks and all that stuff, because you put money in your pocket first, then you figure out how much money you pay for your taxes, and then after you kind of get rid of as much of it so you don't pay as much taxes on it, you know?
So repeat for the listeners out there the 4 key points of the balance sheet.
The 4 key points is income, right?
Number one,
right? That's your work or your own business, whatever you have money coming in from, whatever, right? Expenses, right? So things that you pay every month, your food, your utilities, your bills, your insurance, those things. Your assets, right?
Which is the most important,
right?
Right, okay.
What things that you own, things that, like investments, and liability is your overall, how much you pay for your overall mortgage, your credit card, your car, not the car payments, your car itself,
Things that you owe.
That you owe, right? One key point I would like to say is if you have a home, it's not an asset. If you buy a home and you're living in it, if you're not making money from it, right? It's not an asset, it's a liability.
Explain this, because a lot of people sometimes get it mixed up with the home or owning. Yeah.
People think like, you could remortgage it and all that stuff, but anyway you take it, anyway down the line, right? You still have to put money back into it. You have to pay the remortgage, or you have to, you could actually sell it and then you make a capital gain. I make some money off of it, right? But still, it's a liability because you're putting money into it. It's not money put into your pocket from it, So
we are going to take a little break here on we still have more time?
We still have a couple of questions.
Okay,
I have questions.
Okay, go ahead.
What is the major difficulty that people have when dealing with money? What do you think is the major problem that you're faced with?
I think most people it's fear. I think it's more that everybody's scared of taking chances. That's the biggest thing. Like, you have to take, when you're doing stuff, when you're trying to start your own business, if you want to invest in stocks or something, like, everybody tells you can't do it. Like, it's not a good idea. Why are you taking that chance? No, you have to take a chance. If you want to get ahead, that's the only thing. That's the biggest thing, I think. Because that's what I had to deal with. A lot of people, even just to buy my own home, and that's a liability. Like, my own family was telling me that it's not a good idea, it's not the right time, you're not making enough money, every excuse name in the book, but it ended up being a benefit for me, and it ended up working out for me, Yeah,
that answers my question. Thank you.
After making a balance sheet for yourself, what have you realized? Because it's, business-minded people or not, it's a good thing to have.
Yeah, I realized that like, it's not, none of this stuff is impossible, Like, they tell you that you need this amount of money, you need things. No, there's always ways around situations to get what you think, right? I just invested some money in a small business, not making very much money. It's about to start up. Actually, it's a daycare. Chris, you could plug it in for me later, right?
What is it?
It's a daycare, right? It's her name is Brent Mohammed.
Yes.
Right. I just invested in it for her. She's starting a daycare. It's down in Ville-Saint-Laurent. All right, but Chris will plug you in the rest of it, this thing. So I just invested in a small business, and that's the thing. But like I said, everybody was telling me, don't do it, don't take a chance. Why are you doing these things? And this wasn't even me investing in a business. These were just me just buying a home for myself, you know. And I wasn't making a lot of money at the time either, you know. I was only making like $12 an hour, right? So, and I still was able to balance myself so we could what do you call it? Maintain the home, pay for food and all that stuff, and still have money, you know, still have a little bit of money so we could do little things here and there, you know. So
we're gonna take a quick break here, and we are gonna return with BNB, Brent Mohammed, the representative, and he's gonna just wrap us up on those 4 key points that we need to have and that, you know, all of us should have to make our lives a little bit easier. You're listening to
CKUT 90.3 FM.
And we are back to Soul Perspectives. We are here with entrepreneur and BNB Connections. We have Brent Mohammed, who has been here. He's been trying to get us, you know, on the right path, business-minded or not. I think everybody needs to know these 4 key points. Brent, give them to us again.
Yes,
what they are.
the 4 key points, as I said before, is you have to write out your income, right? Your expenses, your assets, which is the major thing, right? That's where you kind of build your portfolio on, and liability. Those are the 4 key points. I'm just a person who just likes talking about these things and like explaining it to people and stuff like that. There's a lot more little points that we could talk about, like little details about like dividends and with stocks, and with stocks there's trading, like option trading, which is calls and counter calls and stuff like that, you know, and puts. But that's a whole different ball game, you know.
And we want to have you back on to talk to us more about this.
Exactly.
And
sounds very
to get us, you know, on the right path, and
you know,
just to
real
get
estate
business talk.
The thing I have to tell everybody with real estate, when you invest in real estate, this is a little thing for me, is make sure you make money, especially if you want to rent it out or you want to make some money on when you sell it. Make sure you make money on the buy, not the sell, right? So you're making money on as soon as you buy it. So it has money in your pocket. So if you look to sell it tomorrow, you still have some money you get some money in your pocket. Maybe not a lot, but it's still something, you know?
Because it's something you look to buy.
Right. So you're trying to make money from the real estate. So what do you call it? You make sure you make money on the buy, not the sell. Don't look for it to go up in value and all that stuff in 5 years and all that stuff. Make sure from the beginning you're making money from it, you know. Okay. And if you want to talk about stuff like this, right, like you could get at me. My number is 514 right 586-4244, and my email is brent-y@hotmail.com. And if you want to get into the real estate aspect, if you just want to buy your own home and stuff like that, and you're having like some financial problem, I have a friend named Bruno Pasha. His cell phone number is 514-927-0455.
We thank you for coming by to SOP.
Thank you very much,
and
guys.
getting us business minded, and, you know, try to get us on the right track.
I hope everybody get on the right track, because the more of us who's, you know, financially thing would help the economy and help everybody, not just me, not, you know, it's just for everybody. We should all be on the same page, you know. So that's why I came and I talked to you guys about it, you know. So
and we thank you. We're gonna have you on again, and we're gonna get this into this.
We have to get
I'd like
deeper.
to thank everybody from CKUT. Thanks.
We thank you for coming over. Thank you very much.
So the number to call is 514-448-4013, 514-448-4013, and if you were listening, tell us the 4 key points of the balance sheet, and ladies, you can receive
The free perfume
of Simplicity number 7. So we're gonna take a break on behalf of Keisha Parsons. So we're gonna take a break. You're listening to
So P on CKUT 90.3